is life like in today's Xizang, otherwise known as Tibet? I'm in Lhasa, capital of the Xizang Autonomous Region in southwest China, as we celebrate the 60th anniversary of the founding of the region. From today on, I'll bring you a series of dispatches from Lhasa and around the city based on my conversations with people from different walks of life. Welcome to The Point with me, Liu Xin, coming to you from the roof of the world. My first guest is a dreamer, not just for his own personal development, but to help children in the region realize their dreams, and he's been making an impact. What is his story? What drives him? And what are his students saying about him? Meet Norbu Dramdu, founder of Dreamer Education, a private institute for kids from kindergarten to high school in Lhasa, and one of his students, Odser Dolma, who has set her eyes on the big wide world. Norbu Dramdu, Odser Dolma, welcome to The Point.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to come and visit you in your institution in the middle of Lhasa, and thank you very much for setting time out for us. Let's start with you, Norbu Dramdu.
Sure.
I understand you have a very interesting life. You were born here in Lhasa, you finished your primary school, and then you went to inland.
That's right.
You studied in Shanghai and Tianjin, and then you finished your university in Shanxi. But then you came back here.
That's right.
You describe yourself as a blessed one. Tell us more about that. What happened?
Oh, actually, for my family, my mom has never been to school, but my dad is college graduates. And in my family, actually, my mom thinks like receiving better education is more important. So every time it's like going to a school, learning things, my mom's being more pushy. So she's been telling me like you have to go to the best school that you can go. And then she look around, she thinks like Shanghai could be the best choice to go to, because at that time for a lot of Tibetan people's mind, like Shanghai seems to be very well developed, modernized city. That what popped up in her head is like my mom said like you go to Shanghai, but actually she doesn't know anything about Shanghai. She just knows it's a one of the modern city in China.
Well, must say your mother had the vision,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, she is a visionary.
Did she follow? Did she came with you, or she stayed behind?
She stayed behind, and actually she asked me if I really want to go. But what my mom said was, we really wish you could go. That we actually refers to me. She said, I really want you to go. But you can make the decision if I want to go. Actually, you know, Shanghai sounds good to me at that time. I was like, then I said, yeah, why not? So I went to Shanghai, and then I spent there for 4 years for my junior high. The first year is very much like improving my Chinese, because the classes, I guess some outstanding teachers there in Shanghai, but I might not be able to understand them. So the first year for me to improving my Chinese. And later, like grade 1 to 3, and after that I went to Tianjin, because Shanghai is in the south. Now I want to see like the bigger picture, and I think probably like Tianjin seems to be good. Then I went to Tianjin, and later, cause to me like cause I was interested in history and cultures. So when I look around in China, probably like Xi'an seems to be a good place to go.
Okay.
Then I told my mom like terracotta horses and all that things. Like I say, I want to go to.
And she said yes. She was always supportive.
You know, after high school, she didn't really know about my college things. Then she said like, now it's time for you to make your decision. Which city you want to go to? Then I said I want to go to Xi'an. So I went to Xi'an for my university, and I learned English education there. Yeah.
But you didn't follow the kind of routine, development like a lot of people after university. They graduate, they find a job, they get settled, they get married, or probably they come back to Lhasa or wherever they come from, and they raise a family. You seem to have as I understand, on top of the curiosity as a student,
yeah.
you also had great curiosity and you tried many different things
I did.
before you started that. Tell us a bit
Yeah.
about that. Why you were so unsatisfied?
Not unsatisfied. After I graduated from college, my parents really think it's important for me to come back to Lhasa. And then I worked in a public school for 3 years, working as English teacher. And then I participated in different kind of like competitions.
I understood you won the national prize.
Yeah, I did.
For being an English teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking like, is there any bigger possibilities for me? Then I just think when I was a little, I always want to be a doctor. So then I quit the job. But I was not trained a doctor, but I was a trained English learner. So which means that I'm able to translate. So then I work in a different INGOs, international non-government organizations. There's one bilateral project between Australian government and Chinese government. Then I worked as an interpreter.
Okay.
But that is based on maternal and child health care, HIV and AIDS prevention, or these things. So I was working on this as a translator. And then when I'm translating the things, I feel like I'm a doctor because everything, what they say in the different hospitals, those, like doctors and nurses, everything, it's about a medical case. Then I became a doctor.
Yeah, but then you left again.
And I left again. And I think I'm interested in new things. So because in Tibet, there was no Tibetan Sign Language. The deaf people cannot communicate. Then I work in another INGO called Handicap International. So developing Tibetan Sign Language. So we can develop this sign language for helping the deaf Tibetan to communicate. Like I started using this, the hand. And then that felt really good. I feel like creating a language because I'm a language lover.
I can relate to, yeah.
Yeah.
You have such a good accent. Is that why eventually you decided to set up an English training institute?
Yeah, because you're supposed to be doing what you're good at. And then I think I'm pretty good at learning languages. And I'm a quick learner when I learn language, but never in cooking. But, I can learn pretty quickly, different languages. So I'm thinking language is quite important, especially for such a quick developed Tibet. So I think we need the language, yeah.
By that time, it was about 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
Because you set up a Dreamer Institute.
That's right.
Training Institute 2013. Tell us a bit about what educational scene was like. So there were no English training school in Lhasa. There were no private training institution in Lhasa. And you decided to be the first.
Not really. Actually, there are many. There are many those training schools available in Tibet. Except learning English, you can go to learn Japanese and Spanish and all the other classes. But English is supposed to be the major one. And then I knew some people who are English teachers, and I think we don't really fit in. So I'm thinking probably I should.
Why you found you didn't fit in?
Because I'm a round pegs in a square hole.
Okay.
And I can't really fit in. So
specifically, what you meant?
The idea that I have. I think I don't think it's important to find who's the number one in the class, who's number two, who's doing the best in the grades. I think it's more important to find out their potentials. For example, one student's pretty good at speaking, so I try to encourage him in speaking. Probably in the future he will be a TV announcer.
He or she?
He or she, of course. And some students probably very good at writing, then he probably could be a writer one day. He doesn't have to be. He could be someone who's really the visual, things probably he could be a cameraman like the gentleman right over here. So, but when I'm doing that, some of people, they think, no man, this is not how it works. But what I think is what they do is not how the real thing works.
So people wanted their children to score high.
Yeah.
in their examinations
yeah,
so that they
yeah.
can go to a better university.
Yeah.
And the parents obviously would think that way. So the training institution would cater to that kind of needs.
Yeah.
And you wanted to find a different one. I want to ask Odser Dolma here. Yeah, because you chose Dreamer Institute at the age around 8, if I remember correctly, and you stayed here until you finish high school. What attracted you to come here, and how would you describe that experience?
I would say that Mr. Norbu, he's so, he has got a good sense of humor. And at the first day at Dreamer, I thought that the class would be so, serious and the teacher would be so strict, so I was so nervous. But at the first class, and we had the class with our, parents. And he made all of us laugh. He just I remember that he taught us about apple. It's a simple word, but which lead to many interesting English phrasing sentences, such as Adam's apple and you're the apple of my eyes or something like that. I think that Dreamer made learning English easier and funnier. So this is why that I choose Dreamer.
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah, Big Apple, Adam's apple,
So
which is not taught at school.
So you told the stories
Yeah.
around that term so that
Yes.
people understand. Tell us a bit more about your story. Right now you have graduated from Xiamen University. You went to junior high in Lhasa, but then for senior high you went to Shanghai, just like your teacher. And then you went to Xiamen University in southern China.
Yes.
What did you study there?
In Xiamen University?
Yeah.
Actually, my major is engineering. And then I realized that, this is not what I want. And I decided to change my subject. And I am also a language lover. Yes.
I can tell.
Yes. And actually, I want to choose English. But there are a lot of people, they choose English. And I thought that, maybe Russian would be so fun.
Russian?
Fun, yes, interesting. So, yes, I learned Russian language and literature in Xiamen University.
Oh, you learned Russian language and literature when you were in Xiamen.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Now, and I'm planning to go to Moscow to keep studying Russian language and literature, because I think that is very interesting. And I thought that I want to be a translator, to translate from maybe Tibetan or Chinese to Russian or Russian to Tibetan.
Wow.
Yes.
It's amazing. Did you also learn your English entirely in China? I mean, first in Lhasa, in the institute, of course in school as well, and later on in Xiamen, because you have a very good accent.
Oh, thank you. I started learning English when I was maybe 4 or 5. Yes, and then friends of my parents knew Sir, and then I went to Dreamer to improve my English. Yes.
I must congratulate you for doing a wonderful job, and of course you as well. Help us understand, because right now this all seems very, how should I say, it's another training institution, it's just another day, you fight, to realize your dream. But really, if you think about the history, look back, you talked about your mom being illiterate. What kind of gap is there, just comparing what you're doing now with, let's say, 20, 30, 40 years ago? Would you help us understand, the perspective?
Okay, so see if I can put it this way. Just like a couple weeks ago, I was in Japan. I did all the medical examination, the medical checkup. And I found I did not have a big problem, that really satisfying. And I told my mom hey, probably next time I should take it to Japan to go to try that. But when I'm telling her about that, she was like, what, Japan? Is that possible? Yeah, she thought maybe when she was younger, she thinks going to Chengdu to have kind of a medical checkup is it's unbelievable. But now it's thinking, going to Japan is becoming possible. This is a real thing. And also, when I was a little, I remember my teacher asked me a question what's your dream? She said, tell me the biggest. Then I was like, to travel. Actually, I meant to say travel around the world.
Okay.
And then I feel like when I say that, I believe like all my class will laugh at me if I say world. Then what I just said was travel around.
Okay.
But then I didn't
You
say
were
it.
how old?
At
You were
that time,
about-
probably was like
about
12.
12.
12.
Okay.
And now I'm telling my mom about like I'm traveling around the world. And she's like, all right, so just be safe. That's it. So this is becoming true. Just pretty much like 10 years ago or 15 years ago, when I'm telling people about like my dream of traveling around the world, I miss the. I mean, intentionally, I try not to say the word world. I said travel around. Like now, my mom and my dad, when I'm telling them like they should travel to outside to see little bigger possibilities, and then my parents are kind of interested, and they say like I said, what could be the first destination?
Yeah.
They say like Hong Kong. I said we haven't heard so much about Hong Kong, but we've never been there. I said okay, let's do it.
Have you
And
done
then,
it? Yet?
they're working on their visa,
Okay.
so like traveling documents, and then they're going to make it come true. And then the last couple years ago, they wanted to go to Nepal, and they did it. They traveled to Nepal, and then so like this kind of things, it's not an exaggeration. And with that, I fear of exaggeration that a lot of things are becoming possible, and then I don't have to get embarrassed to add the last word, world. Yeah.
Yeah, because right now your vision
Yeah,
and
yeah.
your possibilities.
Yeah,
are
possibilities, exactly. I'm traveling to Thailand with some of my staff here. There's my assistant is working pretty well, and I said I'll give you 1 week like travel with me, and then you can go with me. We can go traveling around. And sometimes I choose some people in my team who's doing good. I say,
As some kind of bonus.
some kind of bonus. I say let's go to Japan. Let's go to somewhere around.
Can I join your company?
Oh sure. I'll be more than happy to have you in the team. And then this kind of thing is becoming a possibility, and I don't have to feel like it's an exaggeration.
I see.
It is the reality.
I see. And for Odser Dolma, La, because this little affix La is, I just learned, is a polite form to address people in Tibet. See, I'm learning something, and it's really good. How would you describe your life experience and life story in comparison with other children in Tibet? People of your age, of similar family background. Are you very, very lucky, very, very privileged? Or would you say you are among one of many who have been able to choose their, life paths and realize your dreams?
I would say at first I'm a lucky girl, and I worked really hard when I was in primary school or in middle school, because I was in Lhasa Middle School, and I was like the top student in the middle school. And when I went to Shanghai, I thought that, I am a genius, and I also would be like a top student in Shanghai. But no, it totally became a disaster because like
There
my
are many top
classmates.
students
Yes.
from everywhere.
Yes.
But in terms of the possibility that you had the possibility to go
Yes, to go
to
to
Shanghai or
Shanghai.
go to Xiamen University,
Yeah.
is that very unique for young ladies of your age, or is that something that so long as you work hard, you can have that possibility and opportunity? What is the situation right now in Lhasa, in Xizang?
Oh, I think that if people worked hard, and they would have the same choice like me. Yes, and like when I was in high school, and the classmates, they are so great. Like I remember one time I was doing the math puzzles in the math class. I'm still counting, but like most of them, they're already raised their hand. They're
This was
already-
in Lhasa.
yes.
This was
in
in Shanghai.
In Shanghai.
Okay.
We're all Tibetans, but I thought that it is the differences between the human beings, something like that. But I didn't give up. I'm still trying my best to do what I can do. Yeah, so yes, and then I went to Xiamen University. So I say that I'm lucky, and I worked hard.
So the opportunities are there.
Yeah, it's
It's
there.
there.
The
And there are a lot
resources
of,
are there.
for example, like her age, there's a one girl that she shocked me because the place that she's going to go, I think it's kind of popular for the Tibetan college graduates. They want to continue their further study to go to like US and Canada or England or somewhere. But there's one girl, she said like, hey sir, I'm thinking of going to the South Africa to go for my master's degree learning anthropology. I was like, where? They said South Africa.
She wants to go to other parts of the world.
Yeah, yes, yes, seriously. And then I was like pretty shocked. I said like, I've never met any Tibetan girl, you know, who wants to go to study in South Africa. Then she said, when I say why, she replied me in a beautiful way. She said, why not?
Good. Bingo. Okay. No more explanation
And I was
needed.
like,
Yeah.
why not?
Why
That's like a beautiful answer. Like, why not? So like these generations is becoming a why not generation. So like her, she's going to go to Russia. So in my age, like in my time when I graduated from college, if I say I want to go to Moscow to study Russia, which is like a joke. But now for them, they're why not generation.
Yeah.
So they're like, why not Russia? Why not Moscow? Why not Montreal? Why
Because-
not Ireland? You know,
Because they can.
because they can.
Because they
Yeah.
can. It's actually, before I do this conversation, before I do this interview, I was also a little bit surprised. You know, why Russian? But
Yeah.
because normally you would think of,
That's the we're not the why not generation, but they're the why not generation.
we are the why generation. They're the why
We're
not
like,
generation.
why do I have to stay here? But they're like, why not,
Why not?
Russia?
It takes a bit of time, but I will get used to that. But hey, we are in this time of age.
Yeah.
You have, more or less established this training institute, but you have also started to think even further ahead, think
Yeah.
even bigger. Why not? Okay,
Yeah, 'cause
why not?
They
are teaching you something.
Yeah, they're teaching me something.
So your big why not, if I can interpret it this way, is to have a bigger impact on society by, being more than just an educator. You actually have been selected as a political advisor for 1 year for the Lhasa municipal region, and then you have for 2 years been a political advisor for the Xizang Autonomous Region.
Exactly.
Tell us more about that. Why did you choose to go into politics, per se?
Yeah. In terms of the political advisor, I think I have some why not ideas, from them. Why not ideas? So I think this kind of voice should be heard. And then the good idea popped up in my head. I think I wanted more people to believe in this, and I wish I could have a kind of a positive impact in political decisions. Then I say like, hey, look, I have a proposal. They said, what is it? Why not the kids could have a chance to really find out things about their future career? Like to tell them what is really a doctor's day, a police officer's day, nurse's day, a lawyer's day, a teacher's day.
At a younger age.
Yeah, at a younger age. It's not just saying like, I want to be a police officer. And people say, what can you tell me about a job description? Save the world. No, I mean, that's a good one.
So is that how you started your political advisory career?
Yeah, pretty much so.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like writing the proposal to the committee, and then trying to tell them like, if there is any possibility in the school, we could have a certain course, for telling the kids from like primary school, from the middle school, from high school. There could be like a lecture or presentation. Maybe it's not only from their teacher. It could be like one police officer go to their classroom.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Was it adopted though? Were your proposal adopted? Really?
That's like when I'm telling them about it. So they could have something called Sunny Thursday or Sunny Friday, which is let them go to experience the different things outside the school. Yeah.
So this is not just for decoration. You
No.
really are making an impact.
Yeah,
So
because just like when I was younger, I had that problem. That is, when I'm telling my teacher, I said, "Look, I want to be a doctor." They said, "You're wearing glasses, so can't be a doctor." I thought that was true, but my teacher didn't really know about it. And later, I met a lot of doctors wearing glasses. I don't know how did it happen, but that's how my real teacher really told me this.
Can I understand that basically you're trying to change a mindset? You're trying to
Exactly.
change a kind of
Exactly.
mindset, either by working in setting up such an institute, or
Yeah.
by making proposals. You want
Yeah.
people to understand that education is not just about reading textbooks.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
What eventually would be your dream?
My dream is to build up my private school, like a real school.
A real school.
That is a place where the kids can learn something, what they really like to learn, and can really have, they're clear about what they're gonna do in the future. They could tell, like, I wanna be a doctor. If you're asking them why, because they could tell, like, the reason 1, 2, 3, you know? Like, because they know about this doctor's job description. So that's something I want to do. And I want to make them, like, in their early age, they're clear about what they want, and they're preparing for, like, for their future.
But would they still be fit for the system, which is very competitive, where they have to do the examinations, you know, where they have to score high?
It's changing.
It's changing?
It's changing.
Okay, so you want to meet that change. You want to plan for that and meet that change.
Because let's see now in China, there was not that the serious physical examination. I mean, in terms of their body, you know, like the students, the whole education system did not pay that much attention in sports. But now they put the sports examination into their the whole grades package, which means they consider the sports as important as their main subject, like English, like Chinese, like math. But that was a big change. So I believe in this change, and I'm thinking of if I can be more well prepared for that future change.
And it's the right direction, you believe?
I
That is
believe
the
so.
right
I
direction
believe
to
so.
go. Ursula,
Yes.
what would be your dream, and how do you plan to realize it?
I want to travel around the world.
Yes, why not?
Around the world and make new friends from different countries. Like and learning the different culture and history. And also I want to introduce like the traditional culture of my hometown to them. And as I said, I want to be a translator. Yes, I think this is my dream.
Okay. Well, we don't have too much time to go into greater details, but it's been fascinating to find out about your personal stories, and I wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck in what you're trying to do, and hope your dream can come true.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you
been a
so-
pleasure talking.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. With that, we come to the end of this special edition of The Point with me, Li Xin, coming to you from Lhasa, capital of Xizang Autonomous Region. As always, you can follow me on Facebook and X using the handle Li Xin in Beijing. On behalf of the whole team, thank you for watching. You've got the point.